Check one, check two, we're going live. We're going live, we're going live, we're going live, we're live, we're live, we're live, live. And we are, where are we? We're live. How you doing? Marcus Conte reporting. Good morning, everybody. We're going to jump right in today. Wow. Amazing weekend of contemplating the Trump assassination. Now, I haven't made a video since the event, and if you're living in a bubble, you wouldn't know it right now. But Donald J. Trump, the former president of the United States, was shot at a rally, and we are. Let me shut this off. We are. Where are we? I don't know. We're live. Wow, what was I saying? Yeah. So the former president, 45th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, love him or hate him, was at a rally in Pennsylvania, Butler, Pennsylvania, over there by Pittsburgh, and a lone gunman from a roof, 140 yards away, laying on his stomach, took a shot, emptied his gun actually, emptied an AR-style rifle, 8 shots at Trump, and killed 2 people. Another person died, by the way. If you're here this morning, it looks like now the death toll is 2. The shooter hit 3. He hit Trump, and Trump got the bullet whizzed into his ear. Trump's got a nice hole in his ear now, and it looks like 2 people are dead. 1 person is still in the balance. But what an incredible thing. And I had said many times on this program, I don't know how many times, I got to go back into the videos and take a look. But I told you that this, an assassination on Trump was inevitable. I have it in my on my channel page. Is a Trump assassination, inevitable? And I talked about Styx Hexenhammer saying it. I talked about Tucker Carlson saying it. And I made the prediction myself. So again, it's not something I wanted to be right about. But here's what I can tell you. Here's what I can tell you. Whatever the conspiracy theory is, whatever conspiracy theories start to roll out that it was a deep state hit, he was a patsy, it was Hillary Clinton doing it, it was Barack Obama, whatever those conspiracies are. It just hold off on that. We'll find out. There's plenty of blame to go around, and I don't think it's quite as simple as that. I don't think any one person says, "Okay, we're going to go out and shoot, Trump today." But here's the deal: if we were 1 bullet away from a civil war. If that bullet, right, we'd be talking about something totally different today. If that bullet killed Trump, if Trump would have turned in a different direction and the bullet hit him in the head and blew his head off, it would be a totally different America right now, right? No leadership on the Republican side, right? Think about it. Think about how foundational Trump is to the Republican Party, and the Democrats, right? Could they possibly beat? Who would have replaced Trump? Could you imagine the turmoil of this country? That's the brink of civil war right there. If Trump would have died, right? If Trump would have got shot and killed at that rally, instead of just getting a flesh wound on his ear, we'd be living in a very, very, very different country right now. But that didn't happen. At least it didn't happen yet. Now, we can blame the Secret Service. They didn't have enough people. There's rumor that the guy on the roof, they had seen him moments before with the gun laying on his belly, and the Secret Service crawled up there, saw him, and then crawled back down, and then the guy unloaded the gun. Now, there's plenty of blame to go around, but that's I don't know that I don't want to. I'm not gonna sit here and blame Secret Service and law enforcement for an alleged gap in the security. Yeah. There could have been more security. I remember Barack Obama, every time he spoke in public, he was behind bulletproof glass. So Trump might have to do that too. I know he doesn't want to do it, but he might have to, just for a while, bulletproof glass it up But again, it would have been a very, very different country right now if Trump had been killed. Trump has not been killed. Trump is not even close to being killed. What did the guy have a poison bullet? Is Trump poisoned? Probably not. But if that was a real shooter, if that was a skilled, like one of those Navy SEALs guys, Trump would have been dead, because 8 bullets he wouldn't have missed, right? With the right scope. All this kid had was an AR rifle. He pointed it in the general direction and unloaded the gun. Right? He wasn't particularly a good shot. 20 years old. His name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. I think a name that will go down in history infamously. Thomas Matthew Crooks, right up there with Hinckley, who shot Reagan, and are these patsies? I know there's a lot already online from the. We're looking at the angle of the shot. How could this possibly have happened? How could the lone gunman have hit Trump from 140 yards away? Just let's pause on all that, and we're going to look at the details today. I know everybody. This is already 3 days into the episode, and people have seen it and heard it and seen all the video. But we're gonna step through it piece by piece, and we'll see. When we come out the other side in about an hour, we'll figure out: can this happen again? Will it happen again? Has the rhetoric changed? Is anybody willing to say I was wrong in promoting the type of hate directed at Trump? I don't know. We'll find out. We are going to find out. Good morning, everybody in the house. Weevil Girl in the house. And Weevil Girl points out 48 hours before the RNC convention, Biden would have been allowed to drop out. Yeah, it does. It changes the narrative completely, because today we're not talking about senile Joe Biden. Joe Biden's on television right now talking about how we need to unite the country, and that this type of violence in our country is unacceptable. Right? So Joe Biden is over there reading from the teleprompter and calling Trump to see how he is. That conversation, by the way, Trump did have a conversation with Joe Biden. Biden called him and called Trump. And they said, allegedly, they had a brief conversation. But Joe Biden, we're not talking about senile Joe Biden right now. We're talking about Trump with a fucking blistering hole in his ear, about to do the RNC convention. We're not going to hear from Trump until Thursday. We'll probably find out his VP pick on Wednesday. We still don't know who Trump's VP is. And the greatest part of this is that we are talking about Trump at the RNC convention. He just got shot 3 days ago in the fucking ear. He got almost got his ear blown off, and he's over there. He's ready to do the convention. You talk about a hero, right? I mean, I watched that video, and we'll watch it together. But it's one of the most riveting fucking things I've ever seen. Right? When Trump gets shot, he goes down. This is the shooter, by the way. Again, Thomas Matthew Crooks, William R. Hall in the chat calls him, we're going to call him Thomas Patsy Crooks. Is this Thomas Patsy Crooks? 20-year-old, white. The only thing we know about him, not a particularly, there's no manifesto as of yet. He allegedly is a registered Republican. He gave $15 to the blue side when he was 17 years old. None of that really matters to me. I want to see his social media. I want to see who he was talking to, what he was talking about, what kind of media does he watch, what does he consume, is he high on something, is there any history of mental illness? Both of his parents allegedly are mental health workers. Again, he's dead. Thomas Matthew Crooks is dead. Trump said they got it. The Secret Service got him one shot between the eyes. So they blew this kid's head off. from a distance. He was shooting 140 yards away, and snipers returned fire and killed him, I think, in like 2 or 3 shots. So anyway, they got him, man. They got him. He's dead. Marcus Conte, this is my website. This is the Morning Report, educational, philosophical, and sometimes professorial. In this case, we predicted the assassination, at least the attempt on Trump's life. They couldn't smear him, they couldn't jail him, and now they can't even kill him. Can't smear him, you can't jail him, and you can't kill him. Right? Trump on fire, right? So prediction was coming true. We're not there yet. In the video that I talk about it, I was kind of saying that it could be Trump was killed because of Iran. I don't know about any of that, right? The details, but it's definitely clear that somebody wants him dead, and there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of kooks. See, the problem with security is this: it is a security problem with Trump, right? The bottom line is there are a lot of people in America with guns and would like to kill Trump. Have the opportunity to get close to him and kill him, right? And it's not a gun problem, or it's just it's a numbers problem. There's a lot of crazy fucking people. You know how many people are on drugs in America? You know how many fucking drug addicts there are in America? People freaking out on pharmaceutical medications and every other thing, right? And so it's not a matter of how do you even if the rhetoric was everybody wants to kill Trump, you could still protect him. You can, like the Pope. You remember the Pope had the glass bulletproof fucking Pope mobile? Right? Trump needs to get a Pope mobile. Right? Get a Trump mobile. Right? Total fucking bulletproof glass. Right? Drive through anywhere with bulletproof glass. Right? Right. So anyway, man. So William R. Hall says, I predicted it. I did. I wasn't the only one, but it was, a lot of people were saying it. I isolated on Tucker Carlson because I like him, and Styx Hexenhammer said it because I like him. And but I had said it. I did say it a while ago, and but there you go, man. We did call it, and so if you want to donate to this program so it continues, and we'll keep calling things. Short Happy Life at Zelle, gmail.com. Shorthappylife, It's a Zelle transfer, or PayPal, Patreon are other ways to support the program. And let's begin by the most riveting video of our time. One of the most riveting videos of our time. Here's Trump on stage, and let's watch.
Look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Boom, one. Ow, in the ear. Look at the time. 20 seconds. Trump is down. We're good.
Shooters down. Are we good to move?
There's a lot of information in there. They're saying shooters down. The people in the audience had no idea what was happening, but all of the Secret Service and the SWAT teams that were there all knew what was happening. You heard them say, "Shooter down." Watch. Okay, let's go. Shooter down. Watch. We're good.
Shooters down.
Shooters down. See, nobody knows if Trump is dead or not at this point. What a fucking time, right? Almost a minute. And there he is.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes on.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Move to the bus. Let me get my shoes on.
Okay,
Watch out.
What an iconic moment. Right there. Fight. The president says fight. He just got shot in the fucking head. Trump just got shot in the head and he's saying fight. Who's the leader of this country? Who is the spirit of the country? It sure looks like Trump. And there he goes, right? Look at there's all the security. Let's blame the security. The security was weak. He fucking survived, man. Trump survived the fucking headshot, right? With unscathed, right? He's got a extra size fucking piercing in his ear. That's what he walks away with. Right? He's still there. It's 2.5 minutes into the video, and he's still on the premises, right? 2 minutes to get him out of there. Yeah. People are pissed off, man. And here comes the military. Wow, it's such a fucking incredible video to watch. Look at all the guns. There's a million guns out. 25 guns. Everybody's got a gun out. This lady's swinging a gun a little too high. One of these fucking cops is going to wind up killing somebody. That's going to be the next story. Trump's assassination, and
then the worst president in the history of our country took
Secret Service shoots somebody else in the head.
over.
All right, so there's the video. Grateful, defiant Trump recounts surviving surreal assassination attempt at rally. I'm supposed to be dead. This is some of the first remarks from Trump after the fact. He was on the plane. After he came out of the hospital and they bandaged up his ear, a grateful and times defiant Donald Trump told the Post Sunday he's supposed to be dead as he recalled the harrowing moment a would-be assassin shot him in a Pennsylvania campaign rally. The former president shared the very surreal experience that nearly ended his life during an interview aboard his private plane en route to the GOP National Convention in Milwaukee. The doctor at the hospital says he rarely saw anything like this. He called it a miracle. Wow, the doctor called it a miracle, said Trump. He was sporting a loose, large white bandage and covered his right ear. His staff insisted that no photos be taken. So we don't have a photo of Trump with a big bandage, but we got the photos of him with the ear. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be dead, said Trump. I'm supposed to be dead. Just wow. I mean, just he said he would be if he had not turned his head slightly to the right. All right, so there's a lot of talk about at the moment that the shots went off, Trump was looking hard right at a something on the wall, on some sort of something on the screen. He was pointing out something on the screen, something about immigration on the screen. And that if he didn't do that, the bullet would have hit him in the side of the head and went into the back of his head and blew the back of his head off. So there's a lot of talk about the angle, because Trump did this, he survived, or what, you can make up all these possibilities as to why Trump moved at that moment. It really is. It just wasn't his time. It's God's grace, right? Bullets flying. What's the motive of the shooter? I don't know. It could be something very simple. I'll say that. Let's talk about the shooter for 1 second, right? Somebody did this, right? Some 20-year-old kid. His name is Thomas Matthew Crooks. He's a resident of some little town in Pennsylvania outside of Pittsburgh. And what's his motive? 20 years old, he's got two mental health fucking mother, father, two mental health, quote, experts. You hear that, Crow? What's up, Crow? The Crow. Got big black birds on my lawn. You know, so, but what caused him to do it? What caused him to spark? What caused Thomas Matthew Crooks to lose his mind and try to shoot the president? Well, I would argue that it could be something as simple as a depressed young man with a gun, doesn't care about living. He might have liked to hunt. He may have liked video games where there's a lot of killing. And he just says, you know what? I'm going to target the president of the United States. I don't know why. Why not? Right? I don't care if they kill me. It would be beneficial for them to kill me. Right? It would be helpful to me if they would fucking kill me already. Right? Says Thomas Matthew Crooks. And he just does it, right? He figures it out. He says, all right, if I can get on this roof, I know the area. If I can get up there on that roof and shoot the president, it's just a nice target, right? It could be something. What I'm saying is, it could be something as simple as that. He's a 20-year-old kid. He doesn't have much political fucking, oomph behind him. He wasn't a member of this gang and this organization or that organization. Was he in the military? They say he was. He wasn't. He wasn't a very good shot. But the point is, it could be something as simple as a young man, who a hunter. Right? It's the hunter. Right? We have hunters in America still. People that go out and shoot fucking deer and shoot, turkeys, right? and geese. Some of the most beautiful animals, when I go running around this lake close by, and some of the most beautiful animals I've ever seen are the geese, and the way they raise their children and the way they stay together. And there's psychopaths out there that shoot them. They go out there right around the fall when they're ready to migrate and shoot them. They shoot the fucking geese. Why? To eat it? That's not your food, man. That's not your food. Your food grows on trees. Your food is apples, bananas, things that have seeds in it, so that you eat it and then you carry the seeds somewhere else and the plant survives. Right? It's not your food, right? But we have these people in our country that are hunters, a rich culture of hunting, and you say, well, I eat the meat. I eat the food. I shoot the animal and I eat it. It's not your food, right? That's not your food anymore. Maybe once upon a time when you came running out of the cave. Right? So what I'm saying is, in an American culture of hunters and mental health problems and drugs and whatever else people are consuming. It isn't unthinkable. It's not hard to figure out that this could happen. That's why I said earlier, the bigger problem is security. Right? If you have these elements in a society, hunters, fucking, nonstop lying and cheating and stealing on television, convincing you that Trump is somehow Adolf Hitler and wants to take away your fucking, right to live. In an environment like that, you've got to protect yourself from kooks, right? Congress they're all going to be in bulletproof glass now. Everybody's got a bulletproof bubble, right? Bulletproof bubbles, right? That's the new fucking... NVIDIA is going to make one. NVIDIA's got the new politician plastic bubble, the bulletproof bubble. Right? That's where we are right now. He says, Trump says a couple of things. Let's get back here. He said he would be if he had turned his head slightly to the right to read a chart about illegal immigration. At that instant, what would have been a kill shot instead tore off a small piece of his ear, splattering blood onto his face. Trump said that as Secret Service agents let him off stage, he still wanted to continue speaking to supporters, but agents rushed him off to the hospital. So these are things that we didn't know until now. He marveled at how the agents, Trump did, how the agents came flying in like linebackers as soon as the shooting started and he unbuttoned his white long sleeve shirt to show a large bruise on his right forearm. So Trump got, it's probably from hitting the ground, right? And look at this shot. Look at this fucking shot. I mean, he also cleared up a mystery about his shoes. Remember, Trump said, wait, I got to get my shoes. On the video of the shooting and aftermath, as the burly agents tried to rush him off the stage for safety, he can be heard saying, wait, I got to get my shoes. As he explained in the interview, he says, quote, this is Trump, the agents hit me so hard my shoes fell off. And my shoes are tight, he said with a smile. Fucking... Right? They knocked the shoes off. He commended the Secret Service personnel for their the Secret Service personnel for their heroic actions. He was the distance. The shooter was perched on a rooftop 130 yards. I've seen 140, 130. That's still a long way away. Without a scope, it's just a fucking pop shot. The kid just took the gun and aimed it at Trump and kept pulling until the police killed him. Right? Kept pulling the trigger. Right? There's Trump's ear. It looks like the fucking bullet went right past his head. Right? So if Trump would have turned a little bit and the bullet entered, it would have blew the back of his head off. He just would have been dead. It would have been like JFK, right? Fucking dead. Right? They took him out with one shot, Trump said. Former president said he pointed to the bridge of his nose, saying that the Secret Service, Trump is saying Secret Service killed fucking Thomas Matthew Crooks with one shot. They did a fantastic job, says Trump. It's surreal. So a lot of people say it's the most iconic photo they've ever seen. This photo, not that one, but where's the photo? Where's that? This is the iconic photo. I don't know. This is pretty good. I don't like this guy's face, but it is amazing, right? It almost looks like the. It is a great photo. I give it to you. The fucking Secret Service pushing Trump to the car after assassination. Wow. Right. There's shots of, they've slowed the videos down. You can see the bullet coming fucking over his head, right? Shooting over his head. What else can we find out here? Yeah, so there it is. There's the rooftop. It looks like the guy was stage left, stage right. Right? He was to the left of the audience on a rooftop right around there, approximately 130 yards away. There's images of, it looks like the snipers shot him from over here. The snipers shot him from about 150 yards away. Secret Service snipers. These guys are amazing, man. They had no problem getting the guy. They shot the fucking guy 140 yards away and got him right between the eyes. Right? Different shooters. Here, they're saying these are the snipers, but they're dressed differently. These guys are dressed in black up on the roof. These guys are dressed in camouflage down here. Okay. So William R. Hall says, for almost an hour after the shot, there was nothing on the news. Yeah, people, I don't know. I think I saw it an hour late. I wasn't watching it. I was just sitting in my, it was like 7 p.m. I think I was sitting on my porch, and I saw the feed. And even when I watched the video, I wasn't sure that what the fuck happened. You couldn't tell if somebody shot Trump. There was nobody, no shooter. You didn't see anything. And you barely realized when it happened that Trump grabbed his ear. You didn't know what that was about, right? Media was saying afterwards, oh, maybe he got hit with a piece of glass. He fell down, they said. Right, but again, there'll be plenty of time to try to figure out who's at fault at the scene. Could there have been more security? Well, now there will be, right? Sometimes that's what happens, right? Reagan was walking out in the street by himself, and that doesn't happen anymore, right? You can't get near a sitting president where anybody can have a gun, right? Potential to shoot him, right? Right? It's just the times we live in right now. And so, what else we can talk about? So this is the Reagan assassination. Remember this?
Didn't make much sense.
This was 40 years ago, right? Look at the way they're dressed, right? So that was today, Trump's assassination. This was then.
Henry, he put you here.
Here comes Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan, bang, boom. So in this case, in this shooting, John Hinckley was right there. They're tackling John Hinckley, and they stuffed Reagan into the car. So Reagan's gone. The other guy is I forgot that guy's name. Brady. The press guy got shot in the head. Brady. All right, so Brady got shot in the head. Reagan got shot in the fucking lung. You remember Reagan's lung collapsed? He got shot in the lung and later died, arguably, of his complications. Ronald Reagan got shot in the lung. He didn't get shot in the ear. He got shot in the lung and collapsed his lung. What you guys are talking about? What the fuck is what is IWO Jimma status? I don't know. I don't know what that means. About the photo, I don't know what you guys are talking about. But anyway, let's listen.
Fox News alert, you just heard President Joe Biden's address to the nation after a gunman attempted to assassinate Donald Trump. The current president said that Americans should not be enemies, we are neighbors, and he called for a moment of national unity, which are all great things to say,
right?
But you have to look at the president's actions. This president has tried to incarcerate his political opponent, and some of the things he said about him being a threat to democracy and a dictator to life and an enemy of the state really don't jive with the message we heard tonight.
Bravo. So Fox is pointing it out, right? Now we'll try to figure out who's at fault. We saw the events, I think. Who? We got to blame somebody, right? Somebody's got to take the hit for this.
Trump just now landing in Milwaukee with his wounds still fresh. As you see there, descending the plane, Trump said he felt the bullet ripping through his skin.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Just watch the video one more time. Get down. We don't have to relitigate this again, but the rhetoric, right? The rhetoric coming out of the Democratic Party. Who killed Trump? Who tried to assassinate Trump? Who tried to unleash the vitriol of the Democratic Party on Trump? The Democrats themselves. Here's a compilation by Mark Dice.
Just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Trump is an enemy of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized up to the right.
Biggest threat in the country is white men radicalized. That's what that jerk-off just said.
Thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president? I don't know.
They're still going to have to.
I know somebody assassinated a president who was an actor.
To go out and put
Both of them were actors.
a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
What did this guy just say about a bullet in Donald Trump?
Hell out of him. Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that
They're gonna have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump. That's on MSNBC. MSNBC. You gotta put a bullet in Donald Trump.
that's a fact.
That's a fact.
Here's the supposed
All right. So thank you, Mark Dice, for that. All right. And here's my prediction. All right. I don't want to be the one to say it. I don't want to be the one to pat myself on the back. But look at the date. All right. Streamed 8 months ago. Is a Trump assassination likely? I said it, and here we go. What's this? It's me. It's me. So there you have it, man. Thank you very much for joining me today. I say a lot in the video. If you want to watch it, it's up. And are we right? Am I accurate in saying this? Is this reporter reporting on something conspiratorial that could never happen, or upon further investigation, it looks like it's almost bound to happen? How do you stop Trump? All right, the liberals are saying we can't stop him. If Trump gets elected, he's coming after us, the deep state is saying. The FBI, the DOJ, right? Fucking Merrick Garland is gone. All those guys are gone. The day Trump wins and is president-elect, all those guys are history. Right? So it does make sense to, show. And they'll probably say, look how sloppy Trump was to let the Iranians blow him up. They'll make up. The theory back then was that the Democrats would blame the Iranians after trying to kill Trump. Maybe they would. Who knows? Some elaborate story. We don't know because Trump is alive, right? If Thomas Matthew Crooks, that's why I say, if Thomas Matthew Crooks would have killed Trump, if this would have been, it would have been a different story. We would have been talking about something very different. Conspiracies like Iran, or whatever. We'd be talking about something different. We'd be talking about probably the mass fucking fighting in the streets, right? You think the killing's not going to stop, right? We'd be talking about, it'd be a different day in America if Trump survived. But here's the prediction again. And for a generation, or maybe many generations, we'll be talking about the Trump assassination, just like the Kennedy assassination. So if that does happen, I just wanted to be on the record saying that it's not far-fetched, right? It really isn't. It seems like the evolution of how this particular government works. Yep. That it is clearly an empire. Historically, it's not unheard of for other politicians to want to kill a leader. Yeah. Julius Caesar, for example. Right? It's very, very. Very, very clear. I don't have any music. I do have music. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. So there you go, Marcus Conte calling it. Right. Again, it's not the thing that the prediction that I wanted to be accurate about, but guess what? That's what happened. So here's Joe Biden's commercial. Who's causing the problem? Whose fault is it? It's Joe Biden's commercial.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering healthcare costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Joe Biden approves that message. What else? Weevil Girl, the timing is too sus with convention starting tomorrow. I hear you. I hear you. I'm not, trust me, I'm not ruling out Patsy. I'm not ruling out political hit at all. I'm just trying to say, what's the lead up to it, right? At what point does somebody become radicalized enough to want to fucking kill somebody, right?
On January 6th, Donald Trump lit a fire. January 6th, Donald Trump.
These are the Biden-Harris 2024 fucking commercials, right? Let's watch this.
On January 6th, Donald Trump lit a fire in this country.
140 officers were injured. The siege lasted for 7 hours.
This is a dereliction of democracy, right? There was so many rallies around this time, rallies and protests all across America. The Black Lives Matter, hundreds of them, of burning, breaking, smashing. But instead, they want to isolate on this one particular rally where the casualties and the property damage was very low. And they're calling this the greatest, an insurgents, right? People are sitting in jail for this, for being at this rally on January 6th, which was nothing more than a political rally that got a little out of hand.
January 6th, Donald Trump lit a fire in this country.
140 officers were injured. The siege lasted for 7 hours.
Stoking the flames of division and hate.
Stoking the flames of division and hate. It was a rally to bring attention to election fraud in this country. That was the point of the rally. That's why people showed up at the Capitol, to voice their opinion, their political and free speech opinion.
Now he's pouring gasoline.
They were unbelievable patriots.
Pledging to pardon the extremists who tried to overthrow our government.
We will give them pardons.
Inciting them to try again. There is nothing more sacred than our democracy. But Donald Trump's ready to burn it all down.
All right, so a 20-year-old kid watching this says, "Man, Trump is bad. Trump's got to be stopped." When Trump had nothing to do with any of this, Trump was down the block, fucking, telling Mike Pence to stop the proceedings inside already.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message. So that was then. But what about yesterday? Or what about on the day Kamala Harris gave this talk, right? On the day of Trump's shooting, on the 13th, well, now the 15th, 2 days ago. This is what Kamala Harris said from the podium. Let's listen.
Incites hate.
What?
We, the former president, incites hate.
Really?
We are working to combat hate.
What hate does he incite?
With the support of KPAC, as Judy mentioned, we passed the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act.
He also forced vaccines on people who didn't need them or want them and got them fired for not taking it.
Making it easier for members of the AA and HPI community to report the vile language that Trump has used.
Oh, no, please, go ahead and repeat the vile language that Trump has used. Repeat it, because there is no vile language. What, the F word? Come on.
I will say. Someone who vilifies immigrants.
Trump does not vilify immigrants. He vilifies illegal immigration as a problem in this country. Illegal immigrants flooding into the country. So that's lie number one, Ms. Harris.
Who promotes xenophobia.
How does he promote xenophobia? The people that are not like him, this is ridiculous. That's two ridiculous statements.
Who stokes hate.
Stokes hate? Where?
And who incites fear.
Incites fear. This is so. If you want to know why does a kid like a 20-year-old kid like Thomas Matthew Crooks fucking pick up the gun and go shoot Trump? Because you got idiots like this on the stage saying it.
Never again have the chance to stand behind a microphone, and never again have the chance to stand behind the seal of the President of the United States of America.
So that was earlier on July 13, the day that Trump got shot 2 days ago. This is Kamala Harris's talk. So who's responsible? Who's promoting hate and fear and division? I would say they are. I would say, in this case, Kamala Harris is. Say something.
There is so much at stake in this moment.
Really?
And last week, we were again reminded.
All right, so we had enough of her. So the big deal now, this is not even close to being over. Today is Monday, and the RNC convention is going to start tomorrow or today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's a 3-day event. On Wednesday, we're going to hear who Trump's vice president is. On Thursday, we'll probably hear from Trump for the first time visually. And he's he claims that he's changing his speech. He took his old speech and he threw it in the garbage, and he's writing a new speech to tally in the latest events. And fascinating. I think the RNC convention will be a very, very kind of drawn out Trump infomercial. I'm not particularly going to watch all of it. I want to hear Trump speak. Certainly, and certainly hear his vice president pick, and the vice president will speak. And but there you go, man. Oh, look at the markets. How's the market doing? The Dow is up 220. Look at Trump's stock go. It's up 8. It was up more than that, 28% this morning. It was up to 45 a little while ago. So Trump, DJT, way up there on the news that Trump survives the assassination, right? Trump survives the assassination. The stock is up bigly, up 29% right now to almost $40 a share. GameStop up, Reddit up, Rivian down 89 cents to 17. Tesla up 11. NASDAQ overall up. NVIDIA down 90 cents. Apple up $3 to $2.33. Go Apple. Google up $1.40. Amazon up 29 cents. Meta down $2.50. Microsoft up $1. Bitcoin up 3,200 to 62,000 per share. Looks like Bitcoin is coming back. So Marcus Conte reporting on my first video. Since Trump has been, it was a long weekend. I was thinking about this all week. Like, I want to say all weekend, I want to say the right thing. I want to make the right video. I don't want to seem where I'm just patting myself on the back, that I called this. I think a lot of people called it. I don't, going forward, I still don't think it's unrealistic for Democrats to try to take Trump out. So who did it? Who did it? Who did it? Is Thomas Matthew Crooks a patsy? Did someone physically set him up to do it? Was he under close observation? Was he on some sort of psychotropic medication and placed on that roof with a gun? No, I don't think so. I think that there's a lot of, it's more about promoting an assassination to crazy people, and then in a moment of weakness, like you saw on Friday when Trump got shot, you see that in that moment of weakness, or whenever it was, Saturday. I sound like Joe Biden right now. In that moment of weakness, some crazy guy comes in and gets a shot at killing the president, right? That's all it is. If you look at the Reagan video, that's all it was. It was just some guy, weakened security. No one ever would have thought that somebody would walk right up to the sitting president and shoot him. And we learned from that. We learned from Reagan, the Brady bill, these handgun bills and such were passed, right? And then and you probably saw the most intense Secret Service protection ever in our lifetimes with Obama. And Obama had more death threats on his life for being black than fucking any president alive or dead. Right? And but anyway, it is a fascinating time to be alive. It is going to be a riveting week in politics to see what Trump is going to say. Joe Biden is on television, going round the clock, trying to say we gotta wind it back. We gotta roll back the violence in our country. You've been stoking it. Right? You should drop all the fucking criminal charges, the fake criminal charges against Trump, and cut it out already. The other thing is, do you think Trump is going to go soft on the Democrats, and Trump is going to say agree to being less vitriol towards the Democrats? Hell fucking no. Trump is acutely aware that the Democrats are responsible for all of his problems. Well, most of them anyway. Although Trump has a big mouth, most of his problems stem out of the Democrats, A, smearing him, B, trying to throw him in jail, and C, now promoting his assassination. So, so there you go, man. So thank you all for joining me. And again, as I said, it's going to be an interesting time going forward. We've got 4 months before the election, and 4 days before we see Trump on stage, standing next to his vice president to take the Republican nomination for president of the United States, which the polls are already showing Trump is way out ahead. And again, we're not talking about senile Joe Biden today. So far, Biden is slightly winning. Marcus Conte reporting.